Good morning, students. Mr. Allen's Garage, many lessons. Super excited to kind of wrap these lessons up. We've got a few more lessons. I said from the beginning, I'd try to teach you some understanding of how your brain works and how you use your mind to control your brain. But, well, your mind is the driver of the car, and the car is the brain. So how do we use our mind to control our brain? And it's essential to know how the brain works. And so I want to jump into the deeper why of the golden rule. But in order to know that, or in order to do that, we really need some prior knowledge. And the prior knowledge is basically how the unconscious and conscious brain work together. So, well, I was taught until my mid-50s that we only use 10% of our brain. 10%, that's all we use. And the other 90% isn't used. And the reality is I know better now. I have a much better understanding of how the brain works. And so we know in Mr. Allen's Garage and our understanding of the brain is we actually use 100% of our brain all the time, 100%. But only 10% we have direct access to. The other 90% is unconscious. Our unconscious is reflexive and speaks to our conscious in feelings. And it's a supercomputer, and it knows 100% of everything that's ever happened to us in our entire lives, and it works on patterns. And keeping us safe. So it knows our external reality perfectly from the time we were born, even before we were born. But it speaks to our conscious in feelings. Our conscious brain, so our unconscious is patterned backwards. Our conscious brain is logical and imaginative and moving forward. And so it's important to sync these up. It's important we're using 100% of our brain all the time, but it's important to understand how to the reality that our unconscious is speaking to our conscious in feelings. Our unconscious is patterns and keeping us safe and all about our external reality. And our conscious is our thoughts and our logic and our moving forward imagination. Essential to understand this before we go into the deeper why of the golden rule is just that our unconscious is reflexive. And really important to have a quality life to understand that fact. So, students from Mr. Allen's Garage, have a great day.